The 12 Men That Changed the World. If you intend to try to be the next person that changes the world, a good place to start is looking at the why and how other people have achieved this in the past. In this video I am going to attempt to break down the third category of men in this series. These men had a dramatic effect on the world today. In this video I'll be taking a close look at these three men. These men are responsible for the largest leaps in scientific understanding. No other men were able to compete with them in the 20th century for their insight and brilliance. I give you the innovators. Isaac Newton, born December 25, 1642, January 4, 1643, New Style, Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England, died March 20, March 31, 1727, London, English physicist and mathematician who was the culminating figure of the scientific revolution of the 17th century. In optics, his discovery of the composition of white light integrated the phenomena of colors into the science of light and laid the foundation for modern physical optics. In mechanics, his three laws of motion, the basic principles of modern physics, resulted in the formulation of the law of universal gravitation. In mathematics, he was the original discoverer of the infinitesimal calculus. Newton's Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, 1687, was one of the most important single works in the history of modern science. Newton also found time to explore other interests, such as religion and theology. Newton had a somewhat interest in alchemy. Newton's dabblings in alchemy are well known, but his belief that he had found the closely guarded blueprint for the Philosopher's Stone was astonishing indeed. Newton was not the only intellectual heavyweight from his era trying to make gold. In 1703, he was elected president of the Royal Society. He is up to this day, still revered as one of the giants of the scientific community. Albert Einstein, born in Germany on the 14th of March 1879, died the 18th of April 1955. He was a German-born theoretical physicist who is widely held to be one of the greatest and most influential scientists of all time. Best known for developing the theory of relativity, Einstein also made important contributions to quantum mechanics, and was thus a central figure in the revolutionary reshaping of the scientific understanding of nature that modern physics accomplished in the first decades of the 20th century. His mass-energy equivalence formula E equals mc squared, which arises from relativity theory, has been called the world's most famous equation. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics, and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. His work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. In a 1999 poll of 130 leading physicists worldwide by the British journal Physics World, Einstein was ranked the greatest physicist of all time. His intellectual achievements and originality have made the word Einstein broadly synonymous with genius. He found his early academic career very hard. Einstein graduated from the Federal Polytechnic School in 1900, duly certified as competent to teach mathematics and physics. In February 1901 he successfully immigrated to Switzerland, securing citizenship. The Swiss schools did not appear to have a teaching position for him, failing to offer him a position despite the almost 2 years that he spent applying for one. Eventually it was with the help of Marcel Grossman's father that he secured a post in Bern at the Swiss Patent Office, with Eddington's eclipse observations widely reported not just in academic journals but by the popular press as well. Einstein became perhaps the world's first celebrity scientist, a genius who had shattered a paradigm that had been basic to physicists' understanding of the universe since the 17th century from 1922 until 1932, with the exception of a few months in 1923 and 1924, Einstein was a member of the Geneva-based International Committee on Intellectual Cooperation of the League of Nations, Einstein and Szilard. In 1933, while he was visiting the United States, Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany. Horrified by the Nazi war of extermination against his fellow Jews, Einstein decided to remain in the US, and was granted American citizenship in 1940. Einstein, along with other refugees such as Edward Teller and Eugene Wigner, thought it was of the utmost importance to alert Americans to the possibility that German scientists might win the race to build an atomic bomb, and to warn that Hitler would be more than willing to resort to such a weapon. This man will always be known for his extraordinary life and for the advancements in the world's knowledge. He will also always be known for his crazy hair. Julius Robert Oppenheimer, known as the father of the atomic bomb. Born in New York City, Oppenheimer earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in chemistry from Harvard University in 1925 and a doctorate in physics from the University of Göttingen in Germany in 1927, where he studied under Max Born. After research at other institutions, he joined the physics department at the University of California, Berkeley, where he became a full professor in 1936. He made significant contributions to theoretical physics, including achievements in quantum mechanics and nuclear physics such as the Born-Oppenheimer approximation for molecular wave functions, work on the theory of electrons and positrons, the Oppenheimer-Phillips process in nuclear fusion, and early work on quantum tunneling. With his students, he also made contributions to the theory of neutron stars and black holes, quantum field theory, and the interactions of cosmic rays. In 1942, Oppenheimer was recruited to work on the Manhattan Project, and in 1943 he was appointed director of the project's Los Alamos laboratory in New Mexico, tasked with developing the first nuclear weapons. His leadership and scientific expertise were instrumental in the project's success. On July 16, 1945, he was present at the first test of the atomic bomb, Trinity. In August 1945, when he saw the power of the bomb, he said, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The weapons were used against Japan in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the only use of nuclear weapons in an armed conflict. The FBI under J. Edgar Hoover had been following Oppenheimer since before the war, when he showed communist sympathies as a professor at Berkeley and had been close to members of the Communist Party, including his wife and brother. They strongly suspected that he himself was a member of the party, based on wiretaps in which party members referred to him or appeared to refer to him as a communist, as well as reports from informers within the party. He had been under close surveillance since the early 1940s, his home and office bugged, his phone tapped and his mail opened. The FBI furnished Oppenheimer's political enemies with evidence that intimated communist ties. These enemies included Strauss, an AEC commissioner who had long harbored resentment against Oppenheimer both for his activity in opposing the hydrogen bomb and for his humiliation of Strauss before Congress some years earlier. On December 21, 1953, Strauss told Oppenheimer that his security clearance had been suspended, pending resolution of a series of charges outlined in a letter, and discussed his resigning by way of requesting termination of his consulting contract with the AEC. He will always stand as a top innovator of his time. This have been Philip Gale for Morning Thought Farm. Follow me on Rumble, Instagram and Facebook. If you know someone who would find these videos interesting, please share them. I have already also released the first 2 parts of this series. They're on my channel. Please remember to subscribe and like the video. You can also send me a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.